Hey folks, welcome back to the Dyson Sphere program. We're here at our dark fog farm that we've set up, and we're going to take a look at some changes I've made. I took about an hour off camera to go around our planet here, Clement Star 1, and fix up all the defenses. So where before I had missile turrets and signal towers, now I just have a lot of these trios of battlefield analysis bases and laser turrets. There's kind of a lot of them littered around in case another relay lands on this planet while I'm not here, to at least give me a chance to defend. I've also adjusted the layout of the farm, so you can see here, let me get to a different view. Zoom in a little bit like this. So, I have my signal tower here in the middle, and then I have like kind of an enfilading fire setup. As the units from the base approach, the turrets, laser, and Gauss take out the units. This base also has loads of attack drones that are going out. You can see we're chewing through them fairly quickly. We're producing 30 per minute, so I think we've got enough to keep this base, this battlefield analysis base, and this base fed with the attack drones. But they're going out and they're helping fight as well. We can see them going out here to attack the units. We're largely leaving the infrastructure alone here and just killing units over and over and over again, which is leveling up the base pretty quickly. You can see here, it's already level 12. And this setup seems to work fairly well. Now, one thing I can't do anything about is that as long as this farm is active, this warning is going to be flickering on and off as little bits take damage and then are repaired by the repair drones in the battlefield analysis bases. And this litter notification and the soil pile notification are going to be on constantly. So there's not much I can do about that. There doesn't appear to be a way to turn these off or disable them for a particular planet, or at all for that matter. So they're just going to be on forever. The other thing I set up, or got started with anyway, was collecting our farmed resources. So we take a look over here. Let me put my icons back on. We've collected a goodly amount of plastic and titanium crystals, as well as photon combiners. And looks like I got a little something wrong here. That was probably when I first turned this on before I put the filter on it. We're also collecting a little bit of titanium glass, as well as a few supermagnetic rings, and this mysterious object. So this showed up, the dark fog matrix, and once it dropped, it was available to filter on the battlefield analysis base filter. So this I don't think was originally here, and then once it dropped, it became available to add to the filter here. So we can see here the drop rate is 3%, the drop count is 7, a 7 to 10, I guess, depending on the level of the unit that drops it. The resource multiplier is 1, not sure what that means. The tech multiplier is 1.2, not sure what that means. Output per base, 181.4 per minute. The theoretical maximum output of a single dark fog base. Kill rate requirement on current difficulty, 720 kills per minute equals output per base. I think we're hitting that. I think. I don't actually know. I don't know how I would measure that. But this dark fog matrix, the description goes like this. A mystery substance collected from dark fog debris. Deep scanning reveals that this substance has a topological structure that we've never seen before. Vaguely familiar, yet also different, it appears to contain unusual information. We might be able to obtain something different by solving the mystery that surrounds it, collected from dark fog debris. So I don't know what this is. It doesn't appear to be a material that we can use in a recipe. It doesn't appear to be like a research material or a fuel that we could burn. It's just a thing that we don't know what to do with yet. So we are collecting it. Once the base hits level 15, we'll start seeing grading crystals and Casimir crystals and maybe something else. Who knows? So for now, we're going to collect these. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do with them. The dark fog base drop information is not available on these other types of, on these standard materials. The only place I've seen it is over here on this. Or I guess technically maybe I could see the drop rates over here. Yeah, I could see the drop rates here. 18 per minute, 42 per minute, 16 per minute, 18 per minute. So we're not getting huge throughput on these. So I'm not sure if it makes sense to put them into like ILS, the network, and try to use them. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these stockpiles. I'm not sure yet. Like, supermagnetic rings, 18 per minute, it's not bad. I'd certainly like to have it back home. But I think more something like this, 11 per minute of strange matter, that could go into green science, which we're limited on right now. Same with quantum chips, if we get there. Only 6 per minute. And then if we get to level 4, there's this unipolar magnet. That actually drops quite a lot, 74 per minute. That's maybe something we could actually use. And then dropping out 5 space warpers per minute. Again, not huge amounts, but like this will build up over time, and we'll start to see... I might be able to come here occasionally and grab some of these items and put them into like a boutique production chain, or just take them home with me and dump them into the towers. I mean, eventually they'll fill up. I don't know if I should be building bigger here. Like, we can build bigger. Certainly we can, like, at least put 2 so we can get like a big stack of stuff. But yeah, I'm not sure what to make of this. Anyway, so the base is leveling up fairly quickly. You can see it's already halfway, I guess, to level. It's this little curve here. It's hard to see, I'm sure. But this little curve here, it's almost halfway to level 13. And at level 15, we get new drops. But I'm going to need to let this run for a while in the background. So this was my big project for the last like 5 or 6 episodes, was to produce the material to support a continuous fire style dark fog farm. And now that we've got it implemented, the question is, what do I do next? Well, first of all, I think we're at the point of the game where we need to start thinking about building our Dyson Sphere. We need to collect antimatter from a Dyson Sphere so that, it's critical photons, I think, so that we can make the universe matrix, which is the way we win the game. If we look at the tech tree here, this is on upgrades. If we look at the tech tree, mission completed requires 4,000 universe matrices. And the universe matrix is crafted from the other 5 matrices plus that weird particle there. And that weird particle is, I believe, antimatter. Yeah. Under the influence of an intense magnetic field, critical photons can be converted into antimatter and hydrogen. So antimatter is what we want to build the universe matrix to beat the game. And antimatter can only be gotten from critical photons, which can only be gotten from a Dyson Sphere. So that's kind of our next... That's kind of the... We're getting ready to transition from mid-game to end-game and build our Dyson Sphere. The question then becomes, well, where are we going to build it? And from what I've done a little bit of reading about this subject. From what I've learned, our cluster of stars, our local cluster, may contain a tidally locked planet. We'd have to find it, but it may contain such a feature. A tidally locked planet is a planet where the orbital rotation is equal to, or the amount of time for one orbital rotation around the star is equal to the amount of time for one revolution or day of the planet. Which means as the let's say I'm the planet and this geothermal power is my star. As I rotate around the planet in my orbit, I'm also rotating such that at any point in my orbit, the same face of my planet is facing the star. So no matter where I am in my orbit around the star, I'm facing inwards. So if this is the planet, the front, this is always facing the star. This is always in darkness. And why that's good is because we want to be, we need a particular angle of inclination or something to fire our solar sails along our rail ejectors, I think they're called, into the swarm. So the rail ejectors have a fixed position on the planet. If they're always facing the star, they can have 100% uptime to fire those solar sails. So that's what we would like to find. I don't know if we actually have one in this seed or if we have one in the cluster, But I think what I want to do is spend some time just going into the star map and looking around and taking a look and seeing what we can find. I would like to find a star that has an orbitally locked planet, and that would be where we would build our Dyson Sphere. So we know Alway doesn't have it. We know Clement Star doesn't have it. We've also looked at Distracticus Prime. There wasn't one there. We've looked at K-Balls. I can't remember why we chose this star, or what we chose this star for. Why did I name this? There's a gas giant, I guess. This planet is a Cyclonius, scattered with fossils. I think we came here for the grading crystal. That's right. Okay, we came to K-Balls for the grading crystal. So we're going to take a look at the other nearby stars in our cluster now that we've unlocked Universe Exploration 4. And we'll see if any of our nearby friends have a tidally locked planet. I'm not sure if they will or not. We had visited this blue giant, and I'm pretty sure this didn't have one. Yeah, this was a Sulfuria. Right, okay. So let's check out some of the other ones. So we haven't really looked at this star, Epsilon Sculptoris. Let's take a look here. It has 3 planets. This is a Halitum planet. Atmosphere dominated by nitrogen and a surface covered by fine sand and salt. That's not what we're looking for. This is a Praeria, which we know about. This is a Geloterra, a cold rocky planet. Okay, so none of these seem to be what we're looking for. Let's check out Mesartem. Mesartem 1 is a Cyclonius. Mesartem 2 is a Praeria. Mesartem 3 is a Maroon Frost. I think we looked at that before. So Mesartem doesn't have what we're looking for. What about Alushale? I haven't looked at any of these before. So this is interesting. This system appears to have a gas giant as its innermost planet, and then a satellite. It's a Geloterra satellite, and then this is an ice giant. So that doesn't really help us. Over here we have a Glaceon. Okay. So we've looked at pretty much all the nearby stars. The stars within, I think we have 12 light years? Or not? I'm not sure. No, I chose which stars to show the label on based on whether they had interesting stuff. This one had fire ice and kimberlite ore. Let's take a look at the planets here. So Celebri 1, this is pretty far out. This is a Geloterra, and this is an Ice Frostia. Planet composed mainly of ice and rock, the tundra consists of frozen nitrogen with small amounts of methane and carbon monoxide. The sublimation of the ice crust on the planet's surface offers the planet a thin layer of atmosphere, and because of its extremely low temperatures, we can use machines and carriers made from dry ice and solid methane, where they are as reliable as raw material as metal ceramics. Not sure I understand exactly what that's saying, but I guess it has fire ice veins as opposed to the gas giant where we harvest it back home, and kimberlite ore. So there's some useful stuff there. But no tidally locked planet. So if we look around at other nearby planets, which I haven't highlighted yet because they weren't near enough for me to view, here's Alrami. Oh, this has some good stuff. Fractal silicon. We haven't seen that yet. A rare natural silicon ore with a unique geometric fractal structure. When a single crystal grows to a certain size, it is noticeable that a small twig of silicon crystals grow out of the matrix. Crystal fractalization is a naturally occurring process. The higher in fractal generations, the greater in purity. Fractal silicon with more than 6 fractal generations can be used directly as a raw material for producing crystal silicon. So you can mine crystal silicon instead of having to refine it from raw silicon ore. It's also got grading crystal, kimberlite ore, and fire ice. Kind of a lot of nice materials here. But at the moment, I'm not super interested in the materials. I want to find a tidally locked planet, and it doesn't look like we have one here. The inner planet is an ice giant with a satellite, and I guess the outer planet we can check. It's just another Ice Frostia. Okay. So I think I will turn on your label just to remind myself that I've already checked you. And then we'll zoom out and we'll look at some other stars. What else do we have nearby that we haven't checked out yet? Here's Almesian. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we got a real serious close-in one here. Almesia 1 is a lava tidal-locked permaday and permanite planet. Well, guess what, Almesia? You're getting renamed to Dyson. Okay. So, I guess Dyson, this K-type star, is going to be where we build our first Dyson Sphere. Now, we're probably going to need to take out this hive, which means... All right, we'll come back and look at this in a second. Let's go into upgrades here. We're going to want to upgrade our fleets to the highest numbers we can get. So, let's see. Space fleet expansion, we want you. We want you. We're not going to be able to get this one. So, space fleet expansion will have, let's see. Space fleet slots plus 4. Plus 4. So, this is 2 fleets, which I have now. This will be 3 fleets. This will give us 4 fleets. Next, we want to look at... Let's see, what is this? Durability of every unit could be good. Ground Squadron... Yeah, we don't care as much about Ground Squadron. Fighter and Warship. I think Fighter is the ground stuff, and Warship is the space stuff. So we can't get this. Yeah, we can't get any of these. We don't have the Universe Matrix unlocked. So... I don't know what type of weapons... Oh, hold on. Current upgrade data. Combat. Fighter. Warship. Damage 150. Attack speed. I don't know if these guys use... Space Fleet number 2. Space Fleet slots 12. Durability coefficient plus 12%. Damage 150. Attack speed 160. Weapon damage coefficient... Yeah, I'm not sure what type of weapons the warships use. Like if I... Would they be explosive or kinetic? Or energy? Maybe I can see. Hold on. Let's go in here. I'm going to want to build myself some Corvettes. So it says here the damage type is energy damage for the Corvette. Not Corvettes. I want to get myself destroyers. So it's energy damage for the Corvette. If I unlocked... And that might be under technologies here. If we unlock the destroyer... I can't enqueue this. The damage type here is energy damage. Okay. So then we definitely want to go after energy upgrades. For our fleet. So do we want this? No, I can't do this. Energy weapons plus 20. So we already have the maximum of that. And then we can't get any of these because they require white cubes. I don't think we care about this. Explosive or EM weapon strength. What else are we going to want? Can't get you. We've already queued those up. Enhanced structure couldn't hurt. Durability of every unit. I guess that's this durability coefficient, so we can get that from 12 to 16. And then maybe to 20. And then this is going to be locked. Okay. So that's a lot of research we've got going on. Do I care that much about vertical construction? Not really. Let's cancel that. My personal energy shield, that seems like a good thing to work on for sure. If we're going to go into combat. Although we might be kiting the hive and letting our fleet do most of the work. The rest of this, I think can wait. I don't think it's as important. Mecha Core would be, but we can't afford it. Because we don't have these cubes. Same for all this stuff. We can't get the higher energy shield. I think that's pretty much it for what we can actually do that we want to right now. In terms of technologies, I want the destroyer for sure. That's coming up after the fleet expansion. Might be better to reorder this. So what do I have? I have the Corvette, or rather the destroyer. the space fleet expansions, and then the enhanced structure. All right, let me reorder these. So after we get the energy shield, we'll get the destroyer. And then we'll go into upgrades and we'll get the fleet expansions. Where were those? We'll get the fleet expansions. And then we'll get the durability upgrades. So as soon as this unlocks, we can start building ourselves some destroyers. And then once we have 4 fleets, we can maybe go over to Dyson and kill that hive. And then use that tidally locked planet and start working on our Dyson Sphere. I guess that's the plan. So let's see. This is almost to 13. It's not going quite as fast as I'd hope, but we are getting quite a lot of this strange material. I am very curious what this is used for. Like if I take a stack of this. Like...
Engineer, we found some items from Dark Fog debris. After scanning these items, we've discovered their incredible structures. It seems that they contain certain mysterious messages. But based on the current sample size, we're still unable to solve this mystery. If more Dark Fog samples were found, it would be conceivable for us to crack their secret technology.
Okay, so the game is telling us we can't do anything with this yet. I guess I can't use it as a fuel. Or a throwable or a weapon. I can't seem to like put it into anything. So for now we don't know what to do with it, so we'll just store it here for now. Okay. What do I want to do in the meantime? I mean, let's go back and take another look at Dyson now that we found our star. I think I forgot to, yeah, auto show label. There we go. Let's go take a look at what's down here. So obviously we're going to need to destroy the hive here. I wonder if I should start by just heading here and getting started on the starvation process. Because like, look, there's 5 relays here and it's taking matter from the planet back to the base, right? That's how it works. Let me take a look at this. So, relay station from Hive. We have a lava planet here. It's got iron. It's got tons of iron and copper. Very little silicon. Plenty of titanium. Some stone. A little bit of coal. Geothermal power, which is fantastic. And since it's tidally locked, we could even set up a big-ass solar farm here if we want to. And it'll, like, the solar panels will always be hit because it's tidally locked. So geothermal and solar is viable here. It's got 3 million kimberlite ore to make diamonds. So you can see here the revolution period is 1.41 seconds and the rotation period is also 1,414 seconds, which means that like this side of the planet is always facing the sun and this side's always in darkness. So we can come over here and figure out the best place to put our rail receivers or rail launchers and our solar sails, and we can like fire them continuously. Obviously, we'll need to get some more warp technology going to bring everything here. We're probably not going to build it locally, but I do think maybe I should come here. Dyson 2 is a Jello Terra. It has plenty of silicon ore, so there are lots of resources here. Nothing particularly special. No ocean on this planet, so no water here. What about the third planet? It's a maroon frost. There's an ice ocean. I'm not sure if that means we can harvest water there or not. But again, a fairly even spread of resources. A little bit of kimberlite and fire ice. So the main, I guess the main goodie here is the kimberlite ore. I think we should get our starvation. I think we should go here and get our starvation strategy started. I would like to turn all of the relays to constantly building and then constantly destroying the bases with our little strategy of starvation so that they know they get locked in place and they can't keep sending material to that hive. And that should weaken the hive, I would think. So why don't we start there? I've got I've got, let's see, I've got 36 battlefield analysis bases and 42 laser turrets. That's enough to set up 21 starvation setups, I guess. Power might be a little bit of a problem off the lava planet, but we can start on Dyson 1 and work our way outwards. So I think that's what we're going to do here. We're going to travel over there and get started weakening the hive for its eventual removal. I'd like to completely eliminate it from that system before we start building our Dyson Sphere. So let's go over here and get started on that. And we'll periodically come back and check in on our farm here and see what it's up to. But we're going to have to do other work. It's going to take it a while. It just hit level 13, and it needs to get up to level 24, so it's going to take a while for that to happen. I'm really glad we found this as quickly as we did, and that it's as close to my home planet, yeah, my home system as it is. Because it won't be that hard to warp stuff here. Nice. Okay. Locate and land on a tidally locked planet with permaday and permanite. What time is it achievement? Very nice. Okay. Let's get rid of our indicator here. I just picked up the Steam achievement. Apparently that's the same as the in-game achievement. And let's see. What kind of a level... These are level 2 bases? I feel like I should be able to just take them out. Let's launch our fleets, and let's get started, yeah, let's get started shelling this. So they're shooting at me. Yeah, the fixed defenses are shooting at me, but we should take them out pretty quickly here. Okay. Yeah, we took out pretty much everything right away. Okay. Very nice. So let's set up the starvation system here. So we'll go ahead and set up a battlefield analysis base. We'll set up 2 turrets. That should be enough to completely destroy it as it tries to rebuild. It'll lock this relay in place here for a while. And then let's go ahead and throw down a geothermal to power all this. Looks good. You're all we need. Okay. And connect you up. There we go. There's our first base kind of set up like that. So here's another thing I want to try. Let me go over, where's a big, like a big ass pool of lava that I can set up a couple geothermals. Like I want something thick. And it's all snaky rivers. Okay, well, let's set up a little bit of a, real quick, let's set up a little bit of a network. And then I want to make a blueprint to try something. We're gonna go ahead and throw a couple geothermals in here just temporarily. Just to get enough power generation to support this. That should be enough. Okay, so the idea is I want to set up a blueprint where I put these things as close to each other as possible. Okay. So if I'm standing there, how close can you be? How close can the next one be? Or how do I set this up? I guess I can set it up in a 4 like that, and all 4 of those will hit me. Let's get 2 more on each side. There's something weird going on there. Okay, there's 2 more. So that's 8. That's 10. And that's 12. Right? There it is. Use 12 wireless power towers to charge the mecha at the same time. Very cool. So it'll like really kickstart my ability to recharge here. And I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna save it so we can throw it down and recharge really fast in the future. Okay, so this is very simple. You're just gonna be a wireless power tower, and it's gonna be named Recharge-O-Matic. Let's save that blueprint. Recharge-O-Matic, very nice. Okay, so now we don't need this anymore. Let's go make some starvation plays on these relays. We want to take out the main base defense, or the center base, to remove power. And we take out everything else, and we're done. Okay, so let's throw down another geothermal, like so, to power 1 battlefield analysis base and 2 turrets. Okay. Use 12. Oh yeah, okay, that's a little bit slow. Okay, so you're locked in place. You're gonna just lock this relay down for a while. And I don't know if I need to show you guys on camera the rest of this. Like, this is my plan. So I'm gonna do this for every relay on all the planets in the system and try and start starving the hive of power and matter so that it becomes weak. So having shown you what I plan to do, I think it's not great content to have me fly around and repeat this same thing over and over again. So I'll cut the video here. I'll take care of that, and then probably we'll come back on Clement Star, taking a look at what's happened as our farm levels up. So by the time I'm done with all this, it might have hit 15. We might have a new mystery drop. So we'll see in a bit. Welcome back. Just a quick edit here to talk about what happened here on Dyson 2. So if we look at the system, there were, I think, 5 or 6 relays on Dyson 1, and they were pretty easy to deal with. You guys saw what I was doing. Throw down a geothermal plant, link it to a little defensive laser turret that will eat up the relay base as it's created. I wanted to do the same thing here on Dyson 2, which is an ice planet, but of course, there's no handy-dandy lava to throw geothermals into. So I did set up an interstellar logistics station here to request Deuteron fuel rod. Fortunately, we were overproducing this back in Allwade 1, and some of it was shipped here very quickly. We're just bringing in 1,000 of those at a time and feeding them into 4 fusion plants. And per my plans, I have set this up on the North Pole because north is input, south is output, the mouth and the butthole of the planet, if you will. That might be the episode title. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5 relays here. So they've all been set up in the starvation protocol. I am going to have to babysit this as the hive sends out more relays and digs more core holes. Yeah, I would like to weaken the hive as much as possible before I try to take it on with what we're going to be working toward, which is an advanced space fleet. So now I'm off to Dyson 3, which is the 3rd and final planet in the system. This is a maroon frost, and there's a large convoy you can see. You can just barely make it out. Let me see if I can get a better view. There's a big convoy of these little, it's hard to see them, but these little red dots here flying back and forth between the hive and this planet. So there's definitely some activity over there. Probably gonna have to do the same thing. We'll do that, and then I'll clue you in onto whatever happens next. See you in a bit. Welcome back once again. I've returned to Clement Star for my pacification of the Dyson system, which is largely complete, although they could always land more relays and it would be a problem. And the planetary, or the planetary base that we're farming here has hit level 15, and another new mysterious item has appeared. If we check out the drop filter settings, this is the Matter Recombinator. This has a drop rate of 2.4%, drop count between 4 and 6, I guess. Tech multiplier 1.2. Output per base 93.3 per minute to 124.4 per minute. Obtained from dark fog debris, research reveals that this substance has powerful decomposing and recomposing capabilities. It can instantly decompose matter into particles and then recompose those particles as designed to generate a different type of matter. So if I go pick some of this up and take a look at it, we may get another message from Tutorial God. Oh, and look how quickly this is filling up. Wow. Actually, putting on the second stack here was helpful. Let me see how quickly this is piling up. I don't know what it's... I still don't know what it's for, but we're collecting a lot of it. Let's stack you nice and high so we can capture as much of you as we possibly can before we figure out what to do with you. You over here are going to be this new item. The Matter Recombinator. And then we are going to tweak you and move you in a little bit, so that you cover just those 3. Looks good. So this stuff begins filtering in now, and now we can actually pick it up and handle it.
We found some interesting items from dark fog debris. After in-depth scanning and topological analysis, we've deconstructed their data structure and acquired new technologies. Combining these technologies with our own, we'll be able to build something totally different and push our technology to a whole new dimension.
Okay. So did I get a new recipe? Did something show up? I mean, Casimir Crystal Advanced. That's unipolar magnets. I don't see these as inputs on anything right now. What is this? No, that we already knew about. Like, what does that unlock? I guess I'll have to, if I really want to know, I'll have to look it up on the wiki, but I'm tempted to avoid it and just keep collecting this stuff until something becomes obvious to me. So far, I haven't actually seen what these would be for. The tutorial man said they were a new technology, but I don't see how to use it yet. Anyway, next up on the drop list will be, once we hit level 18, we'll be collecting strange matter, plane filters, crystal explosive units, plus maybe something else. So let's set those up. You're going to be strange matter. Where's strange matter? Okay. You're going to be plane filters, and you're going to be crystal explosives units. Yeah, we haven't actually made these yet, but I guess we can collect them here and turn them into ammo just for me. That'd be one thing we can use right away. We can put that in a replicator or a boutique production chain and just use that immediately, because I'm not producing that anywhere else right now. Could be nice to make some new missiles. So yeah, our dark fog base has leveled up to level 15. We found our Dyson star location. We've got a tidally locked planet on which to build fun stuff there. We've got some mysterious new items that we're not quite sure what to do with. And in spite of the fact that we're gonna have to live with this, we're gonna have to live with these error messages and the soil pile popping in the corner for a while, we've made some good progress here on the farm. It looks like it will take it a while to get to level 24. But I guess once it hits level 24, we'll get to see what these unique items are about. Now, interestingly, okay, so yeah, the sorter can do. Oh, it's on a bad grid. That's interesting. I thought this was as close as it could get. Can I get it closer? Oh, I can. Okay. I did not want to use a pile sorter. I wanted to use a Mark III because I sort of felt like if I stack items, the sorters might not be able to pull them out correctly. But we definitely want, let me actually change this. We want these items coming out as fast as possible. So let me maybe, let's see, you should have some outputs over here and then here as well. Let's use a couple of sorter Mark IIIs and get these coming out a little bit faster. Can I squeeze in there and pull you out there? There we go. Okay. So these should have 6 trips per second. So we can output 6, 12, 18. We can output 24 items per second. All right. So now it's outputting as much more quickly than it's picking up. That's probably the last refinement I'll do for this episode because we're getting up there. So yeah, this episode was largely about monitoring the farm and its output, and then taking the time available while the planetary base here was leveling up to go exploring. Glad we found the location for our Dyson Sphere. Kind of got started starving out the hive there. I think next episode, we're just going to let this run and live with the warning lights, and we're going to go back home and start producing a bigger fleet. We're going to look into producing corvettes, which is next up. No, destroyers. We have corvettes. We're going to look into producing destroyers. I may pre-search, I guess, what kind of production we'll need for that. Then we're going to expand our fleets, up our shields. All this will happen in due time. And then we'll get into, I guess, producing things like solar sails and rail ejectors. And we'll warp that over to the Dyson Sphere location, and we'll start building our grid and our swarm, and we'll see what that looks like. So that's going to be it for this time. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. A little bit of a breather from building and more of a combat monitoring and exploration episode. Next time, we'll pick something that we need to build, and we'll start building it. Start working towards building that Dyson Sphere. And I hope to see you then. Take care.